It's game time. Who?
Get hype.
Wrong.
Can we get some nut hype?
Nut hype?
Nut hype.
That was nut hype.
Nothing but nut. Swoosh. Or is it swish? What is it called again?
Swoosh is the past tense version of swoosh.
Swoosh.
We swoosh now.
Nothing but nut. Swoosh, swish, whatever. Okazami. Whatever.
Oh god. Good old Tom.
Is he going crazy again?
Who?
Tom?
Yeah, 24/7.
Yeah, I don't think this is again. It's just content.
That's true, but I mean, he's streaming again, right?
He streams all the time.
He posted another picture of a broken monitor like a couple weeks ago.
Another one?
It's definitely a different. The punch is in a different area, that's for sure.
He's collecting them?
I already
Yeah.
threw a controller to something. Maybe that's what
It
it
looks.
was.
I imagine.
Maybe he was playing PT.
I imagine he need it. That's all I want. To need
Damn. Alright, hold on. Let me do it.
Witcher 3 won Game of the Year.
You know,
They don't know
I
what
don't
they're
even
talking
want to
about.
talk about that stuff. Boom, pause, whatever. Okay, hey, what's up, Lord Chat Room? How's it going? You're watching ATP Live. My name's Eris. How's it going, boys? Downstairs, south of the border, we got Repaul and we got Rixta. What's up, guys?
What up?
You always sleep during the day, Rip?
No.
What the hell is up with that?
I
This
woke
guy's
up at, like,
always
11
asleep
today.
during the day.
I woke up at like 2 today, actually.
I mean, are you like you're like a grown man. Anyway,
What?
what's up? It just seems like you have like a teenager sleep schedule. You
dude.
can't call him in the middle of the day.
Dude,
Anyway,
I know you
what's
called me at like 6 and you woke me up. And then
Yeah,
you're like apologizing.
Are you
I was
fucking
like,
serious?
if you called me at like 6 p.m., like you don't have to apologize for waking me
Well,
up.
I don't like whatever. Anyway, okay, I won't apologize next time then.
Yeah.
Fine by me. What's up, Rixta? How's it going?
Chilling.
Cool. Lord Chat Room, good times. So yeah, you were mentioning the Game Awards, and that was going on right now. And I don't know, I was watching it for a little while, and it was pretty rough. Like, the Iori and the Blind Fortress game won Best Art Direction over, like, Bloodborne, over
what
Metal
that
Gear
game is.
Solid. I mean, it was pretty wild. I was surprised at that. I mean, I understand that the game has a really cool look to it, and the whole point is that it looks like a painting and the graphics are really good and everything, but it just seems like outclassed by those games. But anyway, I mean, that won, and then Witcher won some shit. The whole thing's kind of like a big north-south position festival, right? Just everyone sucking each other's dicks and, like, you know...
I think that's most award shows.
You know, I was looking forward to the big unveils, but I don't think they really unveiled anything that was that sick, at least that I saw. Did you guys notice anything?
I didn't even know there was
didn't
a
watch
game
it.
show.
Yeah, I don't know. I
To
mean,
me,
I was...
that's like the dumbest thing. Like it's like,
Yeah, I agree.
all you have to do is follow like a Twitter trend and then figure out which game deserves whatever of the year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and I heard about it earlier today. I didn't know it was going to happen, but I heard about it earlier today, and my instinct was giving a shit about game shows like that, award shows, is just like giving a shit about these, like, IGN reviews and stuff. You know, there's all kinds of collusion going on behind the scenes. You can never trust any of it. So, you know, at least the silver lining of an event like this is that you're going to see world premieres. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe something cool is going to be revealed or something. I know they did the game that Paco Stevens, what's his name? Fucking Paulo Garcia, he recommended a game to me called Shadow Complex, and they unveiled that that's being remastered. So I'll try that out. But I mean, who gives a shit? That's like getting hype about Conker's Bad Fur Day, right? It's old. So I don't know. Whatever about that game show thing. I guess we grazed it, but nothing too interesting there. There are a billion crazy topics going on this week. We could start with Mortal Kombat since I mentioned Paulo Garcia. It's a leak, right? It's not the official announcement of Combat Pack 2, right?
It was supposed to be announced at the award show tonight.
Ooh.
And so it leaked today earlier.
Wow. So it leaked. I saw the video. The 4 characters that have been revealed for Combat Pack 2 are the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, which is, his name is Leather Kruger.
Jacket.
Leather Jacket. And I don't know.
Fur patches.
I think that is like super whack. What is that guy doing in this game, right? It's so stupid.
Warner
Okay, that's one.
Brothers.
And then the next one is Boraicho. Boraicho is a character from Mortal Kombat Deadly Inception, which was I don't know when it came out, and I don't even know who the fuck he is. This one, it seems like kind of a waste too. He might play cool, but I don't know why. Personally speaking, from my perspective, I think the franchise Mortal Kombat has a lot of heavy hitters in their like arsenal of characters, right? And a lot of those heavy hitters didn't make it to MK10. So I'm kind of surprised that Boraicho is gonna make it over Noob Saibot and all these other amazing characters, Nightwolf, Cabal. There are so many, right? So, okay, kind of weird, but whatever. Next one is a robot that is going to have 3 variations. Like, it seems as though the robot is going to have 3 variations. One is going to be a red robot, which we can only assume is Sector.
And Sector's face, too.
Yeah, and it shows Sector's face. And then a yellow robot, which is obviously going to be Cyrax. And then a black-looking, grayish robot, which people are assuming is going to be Robot Smoke. Historically, in the lore, there has been a Robot Smoke, but some other clown said it might be a character named Hydro, which could have Rain's move list, which sounds so stupid. If they do that, oh man, I'll be so pissed. So, I don't know. The robot idea, to me, is a brilliant idea, and the reason I think that is because we already came up with it, like a year and a half ago or some shit. So, I don't know. That's the cool one. And then the last one is Alien. So, to me, I was thinking to myself, Alien is kind of expected, and it's cool, right? They have Predator, Alien will work. I like the idea. But in the trailer, it shows Baraka, and everyone kind of thought, uh-oh, it's going to be Baraka. And then the alien pops out of Baraka's chest, and you're like, all right, cool, it's not Baraka, it's Alien. But at the very end, when it shows the alien, he, like, comes out with Baraka claws out of his hands. And he also kind of looks less like a skeleton the way aliens usually do, especially in the pelvis and rib area, and he looks more like a guy kind of wearing a suit. So I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm a little bit concerned that maybe one of Alien's variations will be a Baraka clone, or maybe that's an early placeholder because maybe, I don't know, maybe the character's not done yet or something, but it just seemed a little bit alarming. I was a little bit alarmed. So let's start over there down south of the border. Rickster, what do you think? What do you think about these characters?
Yeah,
I know, right?
Boraicho seems like the only one I'm like okay with because he's like, when you said like they have a lot of heavy hitters, like I agree with that they don't, but I feel like they're trying to distance themselves from those games,
They're
so
good
they're trying
ideas.
to get, so like, they're going to their, not necessarily like not like the classic games, but like the games that I don't think many people played, right? And they're going to cool characters in those games and making like redoing them for this. So Boraicho to me seems like the only one I'm
What
really
about
interested
the robots?
in.
No robots?
I mean, I don't know. I have to see how they play. I actually haven't watched any of the trailers, so I have no idea what these characters look like. So I don't. Boraicho might look like a dumbass too. I don't know. I mean,
He looks kind of like a dumbass, dude.
He's a fat character. You like fat characters.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I guess. I don't really like fat characters. Only when they're good.
It's a thing, huh?
Only when they're good. But no, the thing is that I think that this is like kind of the 2 characters that they put in, the robot and Boraicho, I think are just more like for the hardcore, like we've been playing MK since
Yeah,
whatever.
probably.
We'll always play every MK ever, for those morons, because they're not gonna grab any new players.
Morons. yeah, I got you.
And then but then you got the casuals, and then they'll like
Alien, dude.
yeah, they'll like Leatherhand and Alien. So
Leatherhand. I like that. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Rip? What are your thoughts on these characters?
The leather jacket is like terrible to me. Like that fool.
The worst.
Yeah, easily the worst. And then Boraicho, fine. He's part of the MK lore. I accept him. Alien, I didn't notice he had the Baraka stuff until you told me, and I thought he might have been interesting without that. So that part to me is a little scarier. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I mean, I would have kind of preferred Cabal over Baraka.
Me too.
But
But it's not even Cabal or Baraka. It's an alien that potentially could have, because the Baraka exists in MK10 as an AI, and he does have a move list. So I don't know if that's what they're trying to do. I don't know if maybe Mortal Kombat 10 didn't sell enough copies or something. A billion copies isn't enough. You need to cut corners, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there, but it's definitely alarming seeing that happen. I mean, I'm excited about Cyrax, Sector, and Smoke. For me,
Right.
it's like, okay, that's like the big one.
The thing about
Go
that
ahead.
though is like, I mean, I have obviously that's my favorite character out of the whole combat pack, and I was upset that Noob wasn't in it at first, but like, whatever. I mean, I'm kind of happy Noob's not in it because that means I don't have to play the game as seriously. Because if Noob was
Yeah.
in it, I would have played the game like hell again. But
Okay.
Noob's not, so I don't gotta worry. But Robot Smoke, I'm still excited about, and it's interesting to think that if they actually did the robot thing where they're actually just Sector, Cyrax, and Robot Smoke, like complete characters,
That would be crazy. Unlikely.
right? I think that has to be unlikely. So I think they have to share like a common moveset,
Yeah.
which they haven't really done before, which is also interesting. So we'll see how that goes. That sounds
No,
cool.
well, but I mean, the one character that I think like has all different special moves is Kenshi, and so like all of his special moves are different.
Mhm.
Even though they kind of work
Yeah.
the same. You still have shadow things, but they're all different. They all have different properties. So I think they could do that, and just all their normals and whatever will be the same. So
Well, if you think about it historically, I mean, Cyrax and Sector were basically the same sprite, and a lot of their animations were the same originally. They needed to save space on the hard drive, so they were like red and yellow, and we'll change the moves. But shit always comes out of their chest. It's always a bomb or a net or a fucking missile, right? So I could totally see them having similar move lists, but a missile comes out or a bomb comes out. Yeah, I could see that. And they'll share a normal move list. But I mean, the difference is, if you think about Smoke from MK9, he was a totally different character than Robot Smoke was in Ultimate, which is I think the last time he existed. Maybe they put Robot Smoke in actually, I think they did put Robot Smoke in one of those shitty ass MKDC games or something.
Did they?
I think they might have. I don't know. I don't follow those. Maybe they did, but I'm in my mind when I hear Robot Smoke, I want to think Smoke from MK9, but that really doesn't necessarily mean anything. It could be anything. It could be anything. So
Dude, what if it's Robot Noob?
it could be that too. It could be anything. Who
He's
knows?
hella black.
Who's black?
The last robot.
yeah, but
compared
Noob's
to-
never had a cyber version.
Right.
Robot
This
version.
could be the
Well,
one.
neither
man.
had Sub-Zero, and they put Cyber Sub-Zero in MK9.
Well, that
Because
was
the
because that was a story mode thing.
I don't know. I don't
It was
remember.
basically Sub-Zero got changed cyber instead of Smoke. Nerd shit.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sounds
well, I mean,
like it.
I was talking to the guys at WNF last night, the MKX guys, and they were saying that Noob Saibot was like the most requested on all the polls about what characters to want in Combat Pack 2. Like every poll they had Noob won. And then, so for Noob not to be in there, it's like, okay, fine. They just didn't want to do it.
You think NRS listens to what people want?
That's true.
Well, they listen, but then they go in the total opposite direction. You want to play online? All right, we'll let you play online. Okay,
mean, that
so
was
what
the-
else? Go ahead.
That was the best news about Combat Pack 2, though, right?
What?
That they're fixing the netcode.
They didn't say that,
Right?
did they? Is that a joke? Yeah, it's a joke. Even though it's not funny, I agree with it. So I'll let it slide. Yeah, that shit sucks. They didn't fix it. They should have just put the fourth character as the netcode. Like this character. He's got like Matrix lines on him and shit, and he's the internet, I don't know. Or he looks like the chat room. Whatever it is, they should have fixed it. So I guess what that really means in the end is we're going to try the new characters out and be like, whatever, and then move on because we're not going to be able to play online. So do we have a release date?
2016.
That's it?
That's
They'll
it.
probably be out. They'll probably release the first two characters, and the third character will come out like a week before Evo, so it won't be able to be played at Evo.
Well, if that's the case, and if Street Fighter V is going to be out, I think Street Fighter V is going to push this game's shit in, if that's what they're thinking. I would have hoped they would have come out with it like January 1st. So we could be bored of it by the end of January, and then Street Fighter V will come out. But if they're trying to do fucking February or March...
They're gonna slow roll it, They're gonna
I
do
hope
one
not.
character-
I
No,
hope
they-
not.
For sure, they're gonna
will.
milk it out as long as
Oh my
they
god,
can.
that's so stupid if you guys do that. 1 week at a time, or one every 2 weeks, or one every month?
One every
course.
month.
Oh my god. Ugh.
2016, man. It's a whole year.
Alright, whatever. I mean, okay, cool. I mean, the robot thing is cool, and I'm interested in seeing what they do because I'm always interested in seeing what they do over there at NRS. It's always fun to kind of see what ideas they'll have with their characters. So at the very least, you can guarantee I'm going to buy it. I'm going to try all the characters out, and I'm going to talk a lot of shit about the stuff that's funny. Other than that, I mean, anything else relating to more on Kombat before we move on? That sounds like nothing. What else? Oh, before we move on to other shit too, just quick about Killer Bitch Stink. It was announced that Maximilian is gonna host the KI Cup on his channel.
Oh, on his channel.
On
cool.
his channel, which is really surprising to me. And someone mentioned how Maximilian has more followers than Xbox does on their channel. So it's like, whoa, damn. So I don't know, whatever. The KI Cup, which is a pretty cool event, is going to be hosted on Maximilian's channel.
Does that mean he's going to be doing all the streaming too, or is he just going
I
to?
doubt it. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, so someone else. So probably the Xbox guys will probably be doing the streaming.
Yeah, it's just on his channel. Like,
okay.
That's where it'll be aired. But I don't think he's going to be the one-man army. Like, he's not going to be spooky. No, I don't think so. But that's pretty interesting. That's going to be a really big deal, for that scene and for all scenes. It's a lot of money. And I think it'll be pretty cool.
They also announced Shadow Jago is coming out, I think, tomorrow.
Oh,
and
shit.
He's the first character that's going to have some Season 3 mechanics.
Huh, Season 3 mechanics. I don't know what the hell that means.
There's going to be... So basically, Season 1 to Season 2, they added air combo breakers. Right, and air counter breakers. And so in Season 3, there's a new thing. I forgot what it's called. It's not Surge. It starts on S, though. Fuck, I don't remember what it's called. But there's a new mechanic. It's like it pushes people away. You can start a combo if you can hit confirm. It kind of like Crush Counter in Street Fighter. How it leaves them open longer.
Interesting. And they're not taking anything out? They're just adding to the game, huh?
Yeah, so he's the first character that's going to take advantage of it, and they're probably going to add that sort of mechanic to old characters. Stagger, that's what it is, yeah.
Gotcha.
So it'll probably be something they roll back to old characters.
Surge sounds better.
No, Surge
like the
is
soda?
Shadow.
Yeah, that's what I was
Shadow
thinking.
Jago has his own thing, and it's called Surge Meter.
Oh.
So that's why I knew the word Surge, too.
It's less funny.
Yeah.
Okay, good shit. Killer Bitch Stink moving along nicely. They got their Killer Cup or whatever and whatnot. Speaking of cups, fucking Capcom Cup this weekend. It's been nothing but Capcom Cup talk. 32 of the biggest, best players in the entire world are going to be at this tournament. It's going to be super cool. I was planning on going, but I totally forgot that it was my grandma's birthday, so I'm not going to go, but I'll be in the chat room, and I'll be definitely watching. It's going to be super dope. Are you going, Rip? You said you were thinking about going.
I was trying to get a ride set up yesterday, and then apparently people flaked, and so now it's like, if I have to go, I'm going to buy a flight, which is like for 2 days. It's like a day away, you know what I mean? I'm like, Jesus Christ. So probably not.
It's going to be a dope event. I keep hearing good things about the event. I keep hearing that it's going to be very, very prestigious. There's going to be all kinds of dope stuff going on. It's also at the Sony Experience, which is like a Sony mini E3. They're going to be pushing a lot of games. I don't know if they're going to talk too much or at all about Tekken. I doubt it.
Fighting game panel with Harada, Ono, and Seth Killian.
Fighting game panel. I heard about that. Go ahead.
Don't know what they're going to talk about in there, but, we'll see.
They'll have Eris host it.
Yeah, I have to ask them questions via Skype. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I heard about it. I heard about it today. Ono, Harada, and Lord Seth Killian are all going to be at a panel, which is really, like, those are heavy hitters, right? Going to be really cool. PlayStation Experience, Capcom Cup, big deal. I'm really excited to watch. I have my favorites, and we'll go around the room. For me, people keep asking me, and obviously I want an American to win, first of all. And, I want the Americans from SoCal or the ones that I knew from here, like Justin Wong and, Snake Eyes. I'm down with that. And also Dominion, that I'm a huge fan of his, and I've hung out with him at SoCal Regionals, and I was like totally like fanboying. I'm a big fan of that guy's and shit, so I'd like for him to win. The other guy, I don't really know him that well. Strider, I don't know him. I've never really met him. He's got big muscles, but I'd rather he win than any of these Taiwanese guys, right? But if one of the Americans wasn't going to win, I'd definitely have to pick between Tokido, Nemo, or, of course, Dago. I got to go with Dago because he's the legend. And then, Tokido because he's so good at all the games he plays. I've always been a big fan of his. And then, Nemo is such a troll. I mean, I got to go with him, too. So even though there's a lot of big heavy hitters, Bong Chan and Fadu and Magoo, But I'm gonna go with those guys. What about you guys? What do you think, Ricky? I know you kind of follow the scene out there. Who you picking?
I don't know. I really don't know who I want to win. I just want, obviously I want to see just good play. I think like just from just like the way I think it's gonna play out, I think it's gonna be Momochi.
He's hella fucking good. I'm not. My picks were not who are good.
Yeah.
They're not who I think will win. They're who I want to win. They're who I want to go.
I don't even know if I want America to win.
Why not? I want America to win. That would be so
cool.
sick, dude. If Justin wins,
I mean, if anyone, I want Snake Eyes or Dominion.
Yeah, I like that.
But I realistically, I think it's either gonna be Momochi or Infiltration.
Yeah, that's a good bet. That's a good bet.
But the one person that's gonna fuck up everything, I have a feel. I'm feeling Punko is gonna fuck up everyone's bracket.
I think so too.
I don't think I don't think he has what it takes to win, but he's gonna take out everybody. Just anyone that's in his way, he's just gonna bring them down for no reason.
I would be fearful of running into a player like that in any tournament. That's for sure. So, and everyone that's going to this event, this is like it's so much stress for them. These players are really stressing out right now. They're practicing their asses off. This is a huge deal. I mean, the world's gonna be watching it, and hopefully. Go ahead.
The coolest thing too is that they know what the bracket is. So
they can practice.
They can look at they're obviously they have one match already ahead of them, but then they can look at look at my brackets. Who the chances are gonna play this guy or this guy. So there's gonna be tons of Infiltration looking at a fucking phone forever, just reading every note he has.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, what do you think, Rip? Who are your picks?
Who are my the people I want to win. Like I want you guys Americans. Well, I don't know if Ricky wants, but I want the Americans to win. I want like Justin Wong or Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes would be so cool too because of all that Red Bull documentary shit.
Exactly, cultivation, man.
Mm-hmm.
But other than them, like if it's gonna come down to the Asian guys, like I think I want to see Infiltration. I want to see Tokido. I want to see Tokido win with Elena. That's what I want to see. That's that to me would be the coolest.
Everyone keeps talking about that. Like, is Tokido gonna pick Elena? It's so much like him. It's his modus operandi to pick the cheapest fucking shit. But he's still picking a Coomer. Right. So I don't know. I'm with you. Go ahead.
And he won he won Canada Cup. And he said afterwards, like, I think Akuma's the best. Blah blah blah. Yada yada. Mm-hmm. And so I want him to win with Elena. Momochi is gonna be sick if he wins. Because Evo champ back to back. Or not back to back with Capcom Cup, he would be Capcom Cup champ back to back with the Evo in the middle.
He would basically be the biggest, like the Ultra Street Fighter 4 best player, hands down.
Yeah, right now, yeah. I mean, Infiltration had a run that was really crazy.
Yeah, but not Ultra. When I'm saying Ultra, I mean like every tournament, pretty much Momochi had some say in it.
You're right. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's going to be one of the killers. There's so many killers. That's why this tournament is so sick. Because, as long as Hans does the math right, and we don't have to watch some moron headbutt his fucking equipment, this is going to be the sickest fucking event. And I'm really amped up about it. So,
they're gonna be running the tournament on challenge, so you're not gonna have a crazy bracket malfunction saying something happened.
It's like the first era of Street Fighter 4 was like Daigo, right? And then it was like Infiltration and then Momochi. Was there anyone else that like really stood out for like an extended period of time in the life of Street Fighter 4?
I think you had like just like for Evo champions, like you always had someone just kind of just slide their way in. Like Fudo won one when no one expected him, and Luffy he won one.
Right.
And Xian too.
Xian. So it's like it was crazy. Every Evo champ is in this tournament too.
Dude, it is gonna be the dopest shit.
Sick.
It is going to be the dopest shit.
Yeah, so there's a ton of good players. And Punko's lucky that Smug's not in it because I know Smug fucks him up every time. So Smug, that was the one player that I think a lot of people wanted to see was Smug. And unfortunately, this tournament, just qualifying for this tournament was so hard.
Yeah.
It was stressful enough just to watch people. Like when I was watching that one tournament in Puerto Rico or Venezuela or whatever the hell it was. And PR Balrog was at that tournament, and you could tell he was stressing out. He lost to I think Strider, which basically cost him his seat at the tournament. And I was like, you could tell he was just like devastated. And I was like, this is probably like it meant more to like most of these players than Evo does. I think so.
Well, I think in some ways it's comparable, but in other ways I think it's more prestigious. Mm-hmm. It's arguable which is more prestigious. They're totally different beasts. One of them anyone can enter. It's like the World Series of Poker. You got to blast through 2,000 people. The other one, you only got to go through 32 people, but each one has a giant schlong and is a killer. It's gonna kill you. You know, so each one is very different, and it's hard to say which is more important. But I think historically, if you are the winner of Capcom Cup, that's it. I mean, it's a huge deal. And if Momochi were to take 2 in a row like that, yeah, you guys are totally right. He is like the undisputed champ. He already is arguably the undisputed champ for taking Capcom Cup and EVO. So we'll see. Either way, I mean, I think all of us, even those of us who aren't really the biggest Street Fighter fans in the world, we're all going to be watching. And if you don't care, it doesn't matter, because they care. And that's what matters. They're going to cry. They're going to cry when they lose. Internet.
Oh, we should take a bet on who's going to cry first.
They are going to cry. They are going to cry. I'm telling you. If James doesn't cry, everyone's going to cry. People are going to cry. You know? If that fucking headbutting DJ is there, I'm going to cry. I'm telling you. This shit is going to be crazy.
The Megas are there. Crazy. Everyone in attendance is going to cry.
Yeah, dude. Everyone's going to cry if the Megas are there. Ugh. So, okay. Capcom Cup. Unfortunately, I won't make it, but I'm going to be watching like the rest of you guys. Anything else? Street Fighter V, I think we should quickly mention they said they're doing another beta test for PS4. I don't remember the dates, but it's sometime
17th to
pretty
20th.
soon. Yeah, 17th through 20th. Hopefully they'll have Lord Dalsim. I'm looking forward to that myself. But very cool. They're going to keep that going. Anything else Street Fighter related before we move on to Tekken? I feel like we're forgetting something Street Fighter related. Capcom Cup, pretty big deal. Well, hopefully we'll remember it and come back to it. So, Tekken is also having its own kind of cup, and this is going to be the Global Championship, which is not this weekend, but next weekend, right? And this tournament is similar to Capcom Cup. You had to qualify to get there. The qualifiers were a little bit weirder. There were no points. But, and you know, I haven't, it's right here. It's up here on the website. Wonky, went through all the guys and where they're from and everything. But I don't really know. I haven't even really looked at it, to be honest with you, exactly who's there and how they had to get there. I see some of these are 3-on-3 tournaments. So, yeah. I don't know exactly how they had to qualify to get there. Some of the spots were 3-on-3 tournaments. I know the US spots were singles tournaments. So, West Coast was Jimmy J. Tran. East Coast was Bloodhawk, and we have all the rest of them. They also have guys from all over the place. Anyway, I don't really know if it's going to be for sure 100% yet, but Namco has actually hit me up. And I don't know, I don't want to say 1,000,000% sure that I'm going to go, but it's possible that I might go to this tournament for commentary. Because they were thinking to themselves, man, Jackler doesn't know how to speak English, and these fucking tournaments, they're whack. We gotta bring in some heat. Right? So the problem is this shit is all the way in Taiwan, and I got to see if they're going to give me the time off of work, So,
press 1 for time off, press 2 for no time off.
So I got to ask if they'll give me the time off, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm discussing it with Lord Namco. We're going to see if I can get the time off from work. I got a busy schedule, between Resident Evil and Dark Souls. It's really tying me up, but we'll see. We'll see if I can make it out there and hopefully bring you guys some kind of entertainment. But that's what's going on for the Tekken Global Tournament. I think that considering how butthurt a lot of people are and considering how interesting the way things panned out, hopefully we can make the best of the situation and have a lot of fun and talk a lot of shit, and it'll be a really cool event. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how things pan out. I hope it works out for the best. I'm really hoping for that. So we'll see. Bungholes crossed. On the topic,
you know what? Wait, I got a question real quick. Because we've had a national champion for each Tekken since Tekken 3 maybe?
Probably, yeah.
Who's the national champion for this Tekken? Because last year we would say it was Jimmy because he was the only representative from USA. But this year we got 2, and they never played each other.
Yeah, I guess we don't have a U.S. national champion for this one, right?
I say let's just say it's Jimmy because that means all the champions have been on the West Coast.
Damn.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to me.
All right,
right,
Jimmy,
cool.
your champion.
That works. That works with me. Anyway, well, I don't know anything else about the whole global thing. I mean, it's still up in the air. I think I found out that it's being streamed by FARP.
What?
Farp, you guys
from
know
Google?
him? Yeah, that guy.
Oh.
It's being streamed by him because I think Spooky is streaming NEC.
Ah.
So, I mean, that's what I know about it so far. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's really up in the air. I mean, honestly, this is just all unfolding today. And the tournament is fucking less than 10 days away. And it's in Japan.
You can get to Japan in 10 days. No
You're right. You're right. But, I mean, like I'm saying, these guys are lucky that my, employer, is so lenient when it comes to taking time off. So
I don't know, man. They're
they're real grumpy.
A lot of
Who's gonna play Resident Evil? So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's not, it's up in the air, but everyone's working to make that happen.
Let's ask the chat though. Like, chat, I was looking at Wonky's post, and as far as I can count,
yeah.
there are 27 entrants.
I was gonna talk about that right now. What's the deal with that? There are 27 names here on this list, and I don't know if there are names missing, but usually brackets have 32 entrants. So if you have 27 players and a 32-man bracket, there's going to be 5 buys in a global tournament? There's going to be 5 buys?
I think, because Japan's always weird when they run tournaments, there's probably going to be a group stage. Like last year, I think it was a group stage before the actual, 8-man bracket.
Oh, so it's not a bracket.
I think they might just do a few groups, and it's going to be uneven, obviously. But, you're going to have, some random Korean girl plus Jimmy plus some random little kid from Japan plus Tishuan or something. It's going to be some weird bracket.
Sounds
weird
legit.
pools. Yeah, so,
yeah,
Japan's very odd when it comes to running tournaments. I mean, Master Cup happened, 2 weeks ago? And that, the format of that tournament was crazy. And it's like no tournament runs like that other than Japanese tournaments. So
in the chat room I just saw that Lord Palaka said there's going to be one last chance qualifier as well, so
that makes sense.
That's very interesting.
Enter.
Oh yeah, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see. I don't even know, dude.
You get flown out to commentate, you enter last chance win, and then you
win the tournament. That'll be sick.
Well, we'll see how that goes. I don't know. It's just like, I feel like it's so close. If I didn't mention it this week, even though it's not concrete, it's not set in stone yet, but if I didn't mention it this week, it's possible that it wouldn't get mentioned at all. So, I thought I wanted to mention it. It's not 100%, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it works out. As much as we've given them a lot of shit about this tournament being weird and, all this different stuff, we're trying to make it as cool as possible, and we're trying to make it the best of the situation. So hopefully it works out. But anything else Tekken related? They haven't really announced anything at all. It's been super tight. Bunghole is shut tight. Nothing's going in or out. So I don't know.
Wasn't there possibly an announcement at Namco?
Yeah, I've heard.
There's going to be one.
They've said, right? For sure.
Yeah.
There's going to be a big announcement at the global tournament. Who knows if that's going to be some bullshit about VR or something, but we'll see. Whatever it is, there's going to be some kind of announcement. I wouldn't hold my breath for a console release date because it's an arcade global tournament. What I would suspect the announcement is going to be is something like the Bloodline Rebellion version of the game. I bet you they're going to be like, hey, here's a trailer. They're going to show a couple new characters. They're going to maybe show some new supers, and it's going to be like Tekken 7 Bloodline Rebellion or something like that. I'm hoping for that. I hope it's not some trash about VR or some shit about Hatoful boyfriend or some shit. So we'll see. But
yeah, I think it's probably gonna be that. Because the one thing that always kind of stumped me about Tekken 7 was the fact that they for that small period of time they just released a new character every week, just randomly. And we didn't even know oh, Jack 7's out for no reason.
Yeah,
but then right after one character it was no more, and we haven't seen a new character since. So I feel like they probably just saved all of that for the next version rather than getting them all out in this version.
Yeah, I agree.
So I hope that's the case, actually, and then we'll see a new version and then console in the near future.
Yeah, near future.
Or
Well,
an
either way,
American
we'll
release, at least.
I think the next 2 weeks are going to be really exciting for fighting game fans of any, Street Fighter, Tekken, Killer, Bitch, Stink. They're all buzzing right now. So
yeah, it's really cool though. It's because before it was just always the Evolution season, and then once after Evolution it was just dead, right? Now it's everyone has their own. It seems like every game essentially has their own big tournament happening, around this time. Even MKX is doing their ESL thing, which is even MKX is doing their ESL thing.
Well,
so
you're right about that. We've talked about that for years, 10 years, that after Evo, it's like, oh, everyone kind of takes a break. And I think this is by design. I think that organizers all work together, and I think that they've clearly worked together to find these really good dry spells to do these awesome, huge tournaments. So maybe in the future, it will not be that way. Maybe after Evo will be the beginning of the off-season of fighting game tournaments. Who knows? Who knows how the future will be? But it definitely seems like everyone's working together to bring major events, and everyone's eating sports, from all angles, which is good. It's all good news. So next 2 weeks are going to be Excitement City. Anything else Tekken related before? Any other topics that I'm forgetting? I feel like we kind of ran out of topics.
People are talking about the Mad Cats. They announced the new Street Fighter V stick.
Oh, really? Did they?
They also announced the Street Fighter V Arcade Stick Alpha, which is like a small stick, which is similar to, I think, the Tekken 4, Tekken 3 sticks that they made.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't know what parts those are, but the Street Fighter Alpha stick, it's probably going to be a cheaper entry model stick.
Mm-hmm.
So something that's more affordable for people to get into arcade sticks for the first time, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, you remember the old SC stick? Remember there's a tournament edition and standard edition.
Right.
Yeah, they use that case for the Korean edition as well.
Yeah, but all those parts in the standard edition were not Sanwas. They were kind of like knockoffs of them, but they still kind of function like a Sanwa button or joystick. And even if you didn't like those buttons, you can always just replace them anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's funny. I didn't know anything about that shit, so I'm really looking forward to that. In fact, I'm actually very much interested in the smaller one. I kind of prefer and miss those smaller arcade sticks from back in the day, so we'll see.
Yeah, they also have a new pad that they're releasing. I know no details. I'm just looking at their website right now.
Wow, how?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know about that at all.
It's a whole new line of Street Fighter V products. Basically, they have a new TE2. They're calling it the TE2 Plus, and then for the old consoles, the TES Plus. I guess they were calling it, which is confusing me because the game's not coming out for old consoles, so I don't know what's up with that stick necessarily. And then you've got the pads and the Street Fighter Alpha stick. So
maybe that S Plus is no. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just a different version of a stick for PlayStation 4. Because all PlayStation 4 sticks work on PS3, so I don't know why they would make an old stick just for PS3.
Right. I mean, unless they're still selling sticks for PS3, like people are buying.
Maybe
it's
an
just a
Xbox
new art thing.
Yeah. Maybe it's an Xbox one then.
Could be.
That's true. Yeah, it could be.
The pad looks interesting though. They took an idea from the Hori pad where the left handle is longer than the right one.
Really?
Yeah. So I think they're kind of catering to the claw players.
Have you guys? Oh, you guys saw it when you guys were here last time. Charles showed you the Steam controller. Mm-hmm. That thing is such a piece of shit. It's crazy. I mean, you would think Steam is so progressive and smart, and they are just brilliant. A Steam controller is going to be the best thing ever. It makes the Xbox controller look like it's a Venus de Milo. It's a work of art. This thing sucks. So I'm waiting. Oh, another one I wanted to try was the expensive Xbox controller.
The Elite?
The Elite.
The one that costs as much as a TE2?
It's about to cost as much as an Xbox One. That thing's such trash. I don't know. We'll see. But I want to try it out, I want to try it out. I'm interested because, pads are, it's important for a lot of games, especially Moron Combat. Anyway. People were asking, what is that face all about?
I'm still looking at the sticks. Apparently, they added the L3 and R3 buttons to the stick, and there's also a touchpad.
Yeah, touchpad is dope. A lot of the sticks have that.
But it looks like the TES Plus also has the touchpad. So I think it's the old, like the original, TES design for PS4 now. I think they're selling both for the PS4. I think that's what because I don't see why they would put a touchpad on it otherwise.
Yeah, it has to be a PS4 stick then.
Yeah,
so probably just using an old design.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe they just have a bunch of those cases and let's just put a PS4 PCB in there and call it a done.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's all gonna happen next year in February, right? Or is it coming out soon?
Release date.
I mean, they've already released some of the Street Fighter, like the Chun-Li sticks already came out, and that game's not even out yet. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's available for pre-order now, but it doesn't say when the release date is.
Yeah, it could be launch.
Well, either way, I mean, good times. I'm super excited. Good shit. Street Fighter is like the big one. So amped up. I feel like, you remember before Mortal Kombat came out, we kind of were all like, man, we miss playing a fighting game and stuff. I kind of feel that way right now. Like, I kind of am really looking forward to Street Fighter 5, but not just because it's Street Fighter 5. Another reason is because I like playing some fighting games, and this is the one that I want to play right now, you know? So I'm excited about that too. Other people were asking in the chat room, we should definitely mention it. So last week was Master Cup. Not last week, 2 weeks ago was Master Cup. It was a humongous tournament in Japan. I think how many entrants? 500 5-man or some shit.
It was like almost 200.
A million
teams.
people?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, 200 teams of 5 people.
Yeah, roughly. It was a little, like maybe like 186, 187 around there. So it was around 900 something players.
Shitload of fucking players. Everyone played. It was super dope. People cried. I mean, it was exciting. In the middle of the night, of course. I stayed up all night and watched almost all of it. And I was so tired, I didn't even remember any of it. So, I mean, I know it was entertaining. I stayed up the whole night, so that was cool. Did you guys catch it?
I watched most of it.
I watched the entire time.
Dope.
Who won? I forgot.
Korea. Yeah, Korean team won.
team.
Oh, the one guy
Soyoung
bodied
Dori,
everyone.
Malgu, Help Me, and 2 other nerds.
Those guys are beasts. I think there was a lot of like country pride this time because you know Korea dominated Master Cup last year, and that was the year where that guy won with the double Christie team. Remember? What's his name? What's that fucking guy's name? Who?
Jadong?
Jong Da-ding?
Yeah,
Jong Da-ding. Yeah, I remember it. Jong Da-ding. So he won with double Christie, and you know Japan was butthurt the whole time, and this is a new game. And on top of it being a new game, the thing is that, you know, they were probably thinking to themselves, like, this is our chance because we got the game way earlier than Korea. Korea actually only received the game semi-recently in comparison to Japan. They've had it since February, I think. So I bet you the Japanese guys were thinking, like, we're going to fuck them up. We had the game longer. It's a brand new game. And then bagoosh, fucking Knee's team comes out of nowhere and runs shop. So people were crying.
Knee's team got lost.
Oh, really? I thought Knee was on the last team.
No, he was not.
Are you sure?
Yep. 100%. Because I saw Knee lose in top 8. The team that won. Well, the team that won is probably the Korean team that won is probably the Korean team I think most people probably were looking at saying maybe might be the weakest.
Who was on the team?
It was Help Me, Malgu, Soyoung Dori.
And they weren't even the people
a Kazuya player, and a Kazumi player.
Wow, yeah, I thought Knee's team won.
No, because we were making jokes about
That's
how,
good.
like,
I'm glad about that. I didn't want Knee's team to win. That guy wins too much. Good shit.
Yeah, I mean, the team that got second was like the team that was like really on the hot streak because they ended up beating Knee's team and then they beat Nobi's team, so it became like really close, you know. And then like it looked like they were, you know, had a lot of momentum, and then they got swept out by Soyoung Dori.
Yeah, it was a crazy tournament, and like I said, they were super emotional. On top of that, you know, Markman, he even said it on stream. They tried really hard to get us out there to have like a Team USA thing, and it just didn't work out last minute. As you could see, I mean, you know, they kind of do things last minute when it comes to these types of things. I mean, it's like less than a week away and they want me to go over there. So, you know, it didn't work out this time, but, you know, Markman, he really is trying his hardest to make things happen like that, to keep the community involved and just to make people, like, not feel too shitty about Tekken rather than being excited about Tekken, right? You don't want people to feel shitty. You want to be excited when you hear about it, you know? So I think that's part of the motivation here. I think everyone wants to work together to look at the glass half full, you know? So we'll see how it works out. Hopefully everyone can make shit happen.
And, you know, for a Tekken stream, too, a Tekken-only stream, like, they had big numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, Master Cup was on the front page. Tekken 7 was, like, probably, like, in the top 5 of the games played at the time. Mm-hmm. Considering it was only for one tournament, it was, like, that's pretty amazing. And
yeah, and it's streamed on twitch.tv/Tekken. Mm-hmm. So it's its own channel, twitch.tv/Tekken. So... anyway, okay, good shit. Lots of stuff we covered. Anything else that I'm forgetting?
I have not estimated, but like it's a little rough of the character usage from Master Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And the most
I wonder who's number 1.
Yeah. What do you think?
Shaheen.
65 players with Shaheen. And second place, King with 62.
Yeah, that's understandable.
And Katarina with 54.
That one's a little bit surprising.
Yeah, that one is surprising.
I'll just run down the list real quick. And then Fang 53, Claudio 52. Lily 48, Brian 47, Ling 45, Asuka 42.
Oscar
Horang,
sounds pretty crazy. Go ahead.
yeah, Horang also with 42. So Asuka and Horang same number. And then
Huh.
Paul with 37, Elisa 35, Kazumi 35.
All right, who
Joe-
cares about that much further down the list? I
Yeah,
care about
Paul's not
top
even
5.
there.
You want to know who's the bottom?
Yeah,
Which is-
bottom,
I would
too.
assume
Oh, yeah, bottom,
it's either
Heihachi.
Heihachi or
12.
Yoshi.
Why is Heihachi supposed to be really shitty?
I think if you just play Heihachi, you might as well just play Devil Jin or Kazuya.
He's got nothing anymore, huh?
He just
Yeah,
seems like such a weak version of every other Mishima.
The bottom 3 from worst to best, I guess. Heihachi with 12, Leia with 14, Gigas with 14.
Leo? Wow.
Leo's super good too, I think. So that's
I'm
interesting.
surprised. Yeah, I am a little bit surprised.
I think it's because most Leo players in Tag 2 were never really Leo players. He was just something plus Leo, you know.
Yeah, I guess Leo was definitely a good assist character with any partner in Tag 2.
Yeah.
So maybe there aren't that many purist Leo players out there, you know.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, that's very interesting news. One thing that definitely is kind of weird is I feel like for the first time ever, I kind of have Tekken. I have Mortal Kombat syndrome with Tekken, where I feel like the characters right now are about to change. Like, they're about to change a lot. And they're about to reveal the new version of Tekken 7. And I feel like the top used characters and the fact that Heihachi is weak and King is good and all that shit's about to get shook up. So we'll see how it goes. They usually change quite a bit. I mean, if you look historically at the differences between 5.0 and Dark Resurrection and then 6.0 and Bloodline Rebellion, the differences are so huge. They're like bigger than even maybe the differences between Vanilla Street Fighter and Ultra. Well, maybe not. But, you know, there's big differences. You know, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I can't remember like a character that was good in like 5.0 that was shitty in DR, you know? Or
DR Nina, right? Nina went from super good to kind of shitty in DR.
oh, that's true, but they changed her completely. You're
Yeah,
right.
they took away her
I mean,
Tiger Pounce or whatever it is.
Yeah, the majority of the cast that was good, and I think in 5 were still good. In
Still
DR.
good. You're right.
Not
You're
like
right.
broken.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so, okay, what else? Anything else before you guys plug your channels and we call someone a bitch? That's it? All right, go ahead, boys. You go ahead, Rip.
I stream twitch.tv, level up the game, Twitter, REEPAL. I'm probably going to play Tekken 4 later tonight. Probably do some Tekken Force or something.
Cool. Rick
Tekken
Steezy.
Force.
Yeah, I know. Tekken 4, what the fuck?
Tekken 4, Tekken Force.
Yikes.
Ugh.
Go ahead, Ricky.
Follow me on Twitch and Twitter at Rick Steezy. Name's up in the title. I don't have to spell it. Just copy and paste that.
Yeah, make it happen. Okay, so bitch callings. I feel like I should have thought about this, but there's been so much on my mind. Go ahead. Anybody? I know who mine is. Oh, gosh. Go ahead. You guys ready? I'm ready.
I'm going to just go with my doctor. Dude, doctors
You get
fucking
bad
suck.
test results, amigo?
Dude, nah, man. Like, yeah, you go to the doctor for one thing, and then they don't fix it, and they just like try and prescribe you a solution, which isn't even for the thing you went in for.
Man,
Doctors are
he's gonna give you some fucked up medicine.
He's
now.
a fan. He's a fan of the podcast. Like, oh, you don't like it, huh? Suppositories, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, is your doctor Indian?
Yeah, actually.
I knew it. I knew it.
Terrible.
My doctor's Indian too. We probably got the same doctor. He
But-
gives me suppositories all the time.
Nah, I've had two different Indian doctors. One is dope. I need to get that guy back. He's like not taking new patients or whatever though. Man, it's whack. Health sucks. Go
Health
on.
sucks.
Yeah.
Write a song. Ricky, who's a bitch?
I don't know, man.
Want me to go first? Because I think that NetherRealm Studios is a bitch. Big time. I think that Texas Chainsaw Massacre face, leather jacket or leather gloves or whatever, sucks. I think that if Alien is Baraka, even in one variation, the only way they'll be able to salvage that idea is if he's Baraka in one variation, he's Sindel in another variation, and he's like Cabal in another. Alien is doing air gas blasts and shit. I don't
think
know.
You're onto something, dude.
I don't know what they're up to over there, but the Alien being Baraka idea, I'll flush that so hard, man. If that's what happens, if they save money by reusing the assets of Baraka in the Alien move list, 4 thumbs down. I can't believe they would do that. I don't know if they will, but if they do that, they suck. And then what's the other character? It's so forgettable. Boraicho. Ugh, what the fuck? I mean, it could be cool. It could be cool. But it's just like Tanya. Who the fuck is Tanya? And why did they pick this character over all these brilliant, masterfully designed characters that are timeless? Anyway, yeah, they're bitches. Go ahead, Ricky.
Let's just go.
Wait, shh. And if they fuck up the schedule at Capcom Cup, if there's some kind of face headbutting DJ or the Megas, if Hans doesn't do the math again, Hans is gonna be my preemptive bitch calling. I'm just saying, shout outs to Lord Hans. I know they're under a lot of stress over there, but yeah, no iPad DJs, will ya? Go ahead, Ricky.
They're gonna have the iPad DJ playing during the tournament.
Yeah, right, the background.
We'll just go default. Call NRS a bitch. Fix your netcode.
Yeah,
You know,
that too.
that'd be nice.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe I'd play their game again.
Dude,
Oh.
I played that game just before this podcast, and the first 3 matches I played, 2 people rage quit when I was about to beat them. Like
Yeah.
that, if the netcode wasn't bad enough, the people don't even stick around for the end of the match.
You know, it's
Fantastic.
not only that. Okay, I don't even want to talk about it. I hate that fucking the online. The people who are still willing to play Mortal Kombat online now are really like it. The good ones have been weeded out, and now the only ones that are left are just the most vile trash on the entire internet. These people, it's literally nothing but rage quits and teabagging and trash talk, and it's terrible. It's like such a shitty group of people. Anyone who thinks that it's not that bad is scum. Scum. You're scum. You're a bitch, too. Anyway. Good shit. Take it easy, Lord Chat Room. See you guys next time.
Later.